So you want to roll an Exemplar? Well, here's what you need to know. Exemplars are demigods. Not in the literal sense, no Percy Jackson wannabes running around. You just have a spark of divinity. Think about a white guy who started wearing a dashiki after taking a DNA test, and you'll have a rough idea how much divinity we're talking about. If anything, you're closer to those classic mythological heroes like Beowulf or Odysseus. And if you think that's an excuse to play the epic soundtrack during your turn, you're too late. I'm already using it for my combat music. It should be noted that this is Paizo's first rare class. Not because it's overpowered, but to prevent an epidemic of main character syndrome. Everything about this class, from the flavor to the mechanics, screams single-player RPG protagonist. Which I shouldn't have to tell you isn't something you want in a multiplayer game. For the sake of the rest of your group, if you've watched more than 3 isekai anime, I suggest you reconsider playing this class. You start the game with 3 icons, objects/body parts that can house your micro-divinity. Each icon comes with a passive and active ability. The former persists for as long as your spark inhabits it, while the latter is a special once-per-turn ability that shoots your spark into another icon of your choosing with the force of just how goddamn cool you are.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
You can also switch icons manually if need be, giving you a nice little loop each turn in case being better than everyone takes too much time away from planning your turns. There are 3 types of icons and no restrictions on what combinations you can have. But it would behoove you to have at least 1 weapon icon. Most of these do some variation of hitting multiple things or hitting one thing extra hard, so it really comes down to which weapon type you want to be saddled with for the entire game. Worn and body icons are geared more toward defense and utility, offering things like AoE buffs and self-healing, as well as a dash of emergency ally healing. They make pretty sweet tanks with the right icons. Not just the defensive ones, but also the ones that turn your divine fuckboy swag into aggro management. As your power grows, so does your name. Epithets not only grant your icons even more abilities, but they also grant you the chance to introduce yourself like that guy from Kung Fu Panda 3. You pick 1 from each set, starting with your root epithet. These train you in one skill and add a bonus effect anytime you use an icon's special ability. Some just give you a basic action for free, while others let you magically compel enemies to focus on you or heal allies with your big dick energy. Needless to say, I'll be passing on the free reload, thank you. Dominion epithets give you critical specialization effects, and most of them also let you change your class's extra spirit damage into something else. That's the Exemplar's other thing, doing a bunch of spirit damage. Because having to get around damage resistances is for mortals, I guess. They also give you an extra effect when you spark Transcendence. Starting to notice a pattern here. Just looking at the flavor text of these abilities, it makes you sound like an actual cosmic force bending nature to your whims. Then you read what they actually do, and it's stuff like stepping as a free action and some temp HP. I mean, it's balanced. Might even be on the strong side. But all that for such a relatively tame effect feels less godlike and more extra. Let me guess, sovereignty epithets give you an extra ability when you spark Transcendence. I'm sorry, these are supposed to be level 15 abilities? A free demoralize on a miss and Kazuma's steal ability? Calm down, this is all just the base class chassis. Maybe the feats will offer something more interesting. At least what few there are. Okay, admittedly, any class with this much customization in its base features has to make cuts somewhere. But do they have to almost entirely be more Transcendence abilities? None of these give you new icons, mind you, except the ones that do. They just add abilities to the ones you already have. They're all more of the same, really. Some do silly amounts of damage, some make you harder to kill, some let you kill an enemy so hard it rewinds time and brings a buddy back from the dead. Actually, that last one does sound kinda awesome. Plus, any cleric would gladly let you try on the off chance it saves them a spell slot and a small fortune in shiny rocks. Assuming you're satisfied with the spells your base features give you, this class is perfect for an archetype. What was that? Oh no, I didn't misspeak. The Exemplar is a caster class. Replace class DC with spell DC, and most Transcendence abilities are functionally identical to spells. And that's the real reason to play this class. It's honestly the best of both worlds. A marshal that can do more than just hit baddies with sticks. A caster that doesn't need to deal with spell slots. It's the latest permutation in Paizo's ongoing experiments beyond Vancian spellcasting that started with giving martial classes focus spells. Eventually, Paizo will reach the apex of this endeavor, freeing them to invent a system that evens the playing field between the two groups. I'm just spitballing here, but maybe they could do something similar to the feat system. Each class chooses from a handful of abilities that unlock at set intervals. Maybe the big flashy stuff could still be once per day, but they'd also get some powers they can use more frequently. I don't know, maybe once per fight? But we gotta have something to do during normal turns, so maybe they get a few cantrip-like powers they can use at will. I see what I did there. I'm gonna go sit in the corner for a bit. Think about what I did.